What's up everyone, it's Joey, Flush Response, and today we're checking out the Neuzeit Instruments Warp. Let's get right into it. Alright, so Neuzeit Warp, what is it? It is a full synthesizer voice using wavetable synthesis and additive synthesis, as well as FM, phase distortion, wave folding, what have you. It can do a lot of everything to make a really cool special digital algorithm. You have resonant filters, envelopes, modulation matrix, really powerful. Got it going on a very basic sound here, just a wavetable sound. You can see you have this special little galaxy here. And you can see I'm scanning through a wavetable. You can load wavetables, you can export wavetables. You can also draw waves by going into Galaxy, click this additive pick XY. You pick your position on your grid where you want to edit your waveform, pick it, and then you turn here and you can start editing the harmonics. And you can pick different you can pick how many you have, up to 126 signs, I believe. And you can see as I draw it in here, get different amounts of harmonics that change the waveform in real time. And you can pick octaves, only even harmonic, only odd harmonics. So you see now I have a completely flat waveform. Then I can pick every second harmonic, every third harmonic, every fifth, as far as I know, sevenths, ninth. And you can use all these to make really cool custom waveforms. Only prime numbers. And you could do it with different shapes too, like rising and falling shapes, or equal shapes. Just to make cool stuff. This is a lot like the Kawai K5000X. In fact, it's exactly like the Kawai K5000X. And it's cool to get interesting waveforms you wouldn't think of otherwise. And as I keep tweaking, you can just get really interesting. Right now it's kind of like a nasally saw. We'll keep going. And then I drop in, and that's on the grid. That's the waveform I just made right there. So you have these three macro controls here: Spectral, Warp, and Detune, and they're assignable to anything within the machine. I want to say congratulations on putting a fucking screen in it, guys. Great work. No button combos. This is how you do it right. And as you can see, this speed control controls the envelope, which is very handy. Now, I guess the main meat of this is in the spectral controls. So I want to talk about those for a second. Basically, you go into Spectral here, and you have these different spectral filters you can apply to your sound. And that's really the magic of it. I'd say you can do all these different things, starting with nothing at all, and then octaving. And let's see, we'll start sequencing that just for fun. And as you can see, you get different effects. We'll go here to Warp for a second because I want to show you, you have this resonant filter built in, which is super handy. And you have high pass and low pass separately. Super cool for that. Now for me, this filter is just a bonus. I don't end up using it much because it gets a little fiddly with the menu, so I just put it through a filter on the end. In this case, Q pass, which is just slightly out of frame. So, but what I want to show you with Warp is you have all these different things. Bend. You have fold. And notice I can click the encoder to get different amounts: 50, 100, negative 100, negative 50, and 0. So it makes it easy. Proper folding. You can turn this to get different octaves. And then click and turn to get semitone. And then fine-tune adjustment as well. And then mimiphone on that reverb. So that's Warp. Then you have Drive. standard kind of overdrive. And then you have redux, which is a bit mangler. So lots of ways to fuck it up, which I appreciate, because it's good for drones. And then we'll keep sequencing that. We'll do some wavetable position. So it's nice for droning that. And that's basically it. We'll go back to the spectral effects, start tweaking them. We're gonna change the warp effect, because I'm partial to the folding. So we're gonna bring in some of that folding. Because gotta love that wave folder. That sounds as good as anything else I've ever heard. Now we're gonna get tweaking on some drums. Yes. And the other thing I want to talk about is the D2 control. So we'll go to this oscillator mixing. This thing has 2 oscillators. And you can do all kinds of stuff to them, like FM, phase distortion, whatever. So you see, I have oscillator type, effects type, you have linear detune, just straight up detune. You have sync. You can pan them in stereo. Ring modulation. You can do octaves for oscillator too. It is a little fiddly at times, but I at least appreciate that everything is there. I don't have to spend time remembering. And the other thing is it can save presets. So with these 3 controls, you can really get some dramatic shape changing. Let's go back to the Spectral. Yeah. Keep tweaking that. Put in a phone to warp. And it's 4-voice polyphonic if you want it to be with this warp X. I personally am not, I don't do much polyphony in the modular. I always save that for the actual keyboard synths, but you know, it's an option. We'll do position Y, morphing as well. I love how that galaxy moves on the top there. That's so great. And I'm digging these sounds overall. Yes. Handy for shorting that envelope. Love that. Octave down, octave up. That's way low octave. Yes. Bass. Spectral. Yes. Yeah. Two bars. Dry. Yes. Oh. Perfect. Smoking! This thing looks like it's having a seizure and I feel like I'm having a seizure. Look at that dancing warp. Yes. Oh, deep. We're in the breakcore zone. Maybe a phone. Yes! Destructive! Warp! Dramatic changes with that added filter. And wavetable. Yes! Been feeling the breakcore lately. Neuzeit instruments warp. So that was dope. I think the warp is really powerful and really cool. It has so many features, and you can get as deep as you want or as shallow as you want. I didn't even touch the modulation matrix, the built-in LFOs, the built-in envelopes here, because I had so much fun just tweaking from the front panel and sending it into modulation. And that's mostly how I use it. Like, I don't get so deep with the modulation matrix because for me, everything on the front is where I need it to be. And I like just bringing out my external modulators, but it's there, and since it has a screen, you don't have to worry about remembering obtuse button combos just to get the sound you want. It's all easy to access. The wavetable loading, morphing, the additive wave combination creation stuff, like from the Kawai K5000. Super cool to see that again. I've been waiting for a synth that does that for a long time, and the warp is really, really dope. And it's 4-voice polyphonic. I think it's super powerful, super dope. Preset morphing, preset saving rather. Awesome. I had been thinking about putting it in my live case, so maybe I will, because the preset memory thing is quite handy. So samples of this gem and other gems are going to be up on my Patreon as always for you to use in your own productions. If you heard it here, you can use them there. Check it out. Also, if you want to ask me technical questions, that is the place to do it, and I do offer lessons through my Patreon where I can teach you how to design sound, rate your tracks, whatever you want. It's all up on there. Check that out. Special announcements. I've had a few new releases out recently. The first one is Dimensional Research. It's my 11-track double LP vinyl album that I released with Erica Synths for their new label Contactive Records. It's available through their Bandcamp, link in the pinned comment and video description. There's 50 colored edition LPs that have one record blue and one record white marbled. And then there's a black vinyl edition. I also have a new release out called In Exile, an Ancient Methods label, Persephonic Sirens, and that's 6 tracks of banging techno for me with cool soundscapes and stuff. Also available through the pinned comment and video description links. As always, thanks for watching. If you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways, there's going to be affiliate links where you can buy your own warp, as well as anything else you buy through these links will support me, whether it's a cable, a shirt, a cup, or a huge piece of gear. Anything you buy through there helps me out. So thank you for that. Also, I'm on a new affiliate program with Amazon where they want me to like curate shopping lists. So what I've done initially is make lists of cool books, cool video games, cool pieces of gear and stuff, and if you buy those through my shop, I'll get a kickback from that. I'm going to be adding more stuff like albums I like, more movies, more shows, etc., etc. So if you want to peek into the stuff that influences me and my music, that's a good way to do it, and you might find some new recommendations for yourself. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.